Au moment de notre périple, la Californie vit la pire sécheresse de son histoire et on le constate partout, même au jardin botanique de Manhattan Beach, un organisme sans but lucratif qui priorise la culture de plantes capables de vivre avec très peu d'eau. Mike est l'un des bénévoles qui travaille à sensibiliser le public. Pendant que les enfants s'amusent, nous, on étanche notre soif de connaissances.
This botanical garden was created over 20 years ago, and back then the idea was, with all the designers, was let's see if we can create a botanical garden that's drought tolerant or that uses a lot of California natives which require very little water. And guess what? 20 years later, we were right. The Botanical Garden is the jewel of LA because it's a botanical garden. I'll put it this way. Most people water their lawns. They have lawns and they water them 6 times a week. We water this place about 6 times a year.
Wow.
So let's take a walk.
Okay.
We follow you.
I see this flower.
This
What is that? It's so beautiful.
This is the fairy duster. It's a California native called a California twitty-eye. They call it a fairy duster? Well, if you're a fairy, I guess you'd use that to dust. What we had in mind 20 years ago was this was going to be a sustainable garden which requires very little water. Even the seating walls here, there were actually concrete paths that went throughout here. We got jackhammered it out and then we actually used it as seating walls. So sustainability is all about reduce, reuse, and recycle, the 3 R's. And that's what we're able to accomplish here. And here's the big thing. Most of it was done with volunteer work. These are called the Artemisias, and they get along in rainwater. I don't think these have been watered in a few years. And look at how beautiful these things are. It's just
Smells so good.
Isn't it great?
Wow.
It's one of the beautiful things about native plants in Southern California is they smell really good. And one of the interesting things about the Manhattan Beach Botanical Garden is that we have 5 signs here at the garden. They're educational. And this one particular one is on climate. And so I mentioned that we have a Mediterranean climate. So they did a lot of research for this, areas with Mediterranean climate. So here we are, this part of California, Mediterranean climate. Actually central Chile, a little bit of North Africa, the Mediterranean, a little tip of South Australia. So if you go to any of these parts of the world, they actually have the same type of plants that we have here. Sometimes I'll go to New York and I'd have to learn my trade all over again because those are total different plants than they are here. So as we continue on up here, we see there's a lot of contrast of texture and foliage. There's some plants have flowers. Now, you know, I hear something. It has the sound of
That's true.
water, and it's surrounded by butterfly bushes. And let's take a peek over here. This is the Pondless Waterfall.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful.
Yeah.
This is like you create a natural waterfall.
Exactly.
C'est lui qui a fait la petite fontaine naturelle ici. C'est Mike qui l'a fait. C'est beau, hein?
So this is native grass, requires almost 0 water.
Why would people install anything but that?
You know, that's a good question. The Manhattan Beach Botanical Garden was one of the very first botanical gardens in the United States to actually install native grass. So it's a great example. We can be more sustainable.
It's not turning yellow at all. It's
No.
just beautiful. It's green.
It's beautiful. What is that?
Okay, hens and chicks. So you don't need a lot of water to have something really beautiful. Yeah. It's like a little oasis.
And this trip, so far, it's my favorite tree. This. So I'll go check it out to see what kind of pine tree it is.
Yeah. Now I could tell you what kind of pine tree this is. It's an Aleppo pine.
Ça sent bon, ça sent la résine.
Yeah, that's it. Let's do it. We're just a bunch of tree huggers.
Un beau câlin, hein, ça?
On le sent bien. Hein? thank you very much for the tour and a good moment spent together. I really appreciate.
Thank you so much.
Great. Now, I noticed that you like the hens and chicks, the succulent. So on behalf of myself and the Manhattan Beach Botanical Garden, I want to present you your own little,
Oh my God.
I don't know if it's a hen or a chick, but it's,
This is like magical.
Yes.
This is like magical.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
you very
Oh my
you're
God.
welcome. And it'll actually get pretty yellow flowers once it gets older.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Anthropomorphic. Fantastic. Okay, so it will be in Quebec then.
Yes. Okay, good.
Thank you
okay.
so much.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate
okay.
my time.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Et l'aventure continue.
Et voilà, Manhattan Beach. À date,
Beach, on a
j'aime beaucoup Manhattan Beach à date. Ouais, la vibe, c'est une espèce de vieux Longueuil, comme dirait un ami. Puis
Mais à date,
avec des palmiers.
avec des palmiers, plein de belles plantes exotiques. Au jardin botanique, c'est magnifique. Hein? La variété de plantes qu'on a vues, on rapporte même un beau petit séminaire.
C'est en plein cœur de Manhattan Beach que nous allons installer la caravane pour une nuit ou deux, soit chez Joe et Jackie, un couple à la retraite qui a répondu oui à notre demande de camper chez eux.
Have you pull on